Saint James the Greater, the first apostle to be martyred. Among the 12 apostles, 2 bore the name James. The one commemorated by the Church on July 25th is known as James the Greater, to distinguish him from James the Lesser, whose feast is celebrated together with Saint Philip on May 3rd. Saint James the Greater was the son of Zebedee and Salome, a relative of the Virgin Mary, and the elder brother of Saint John the Evangelist. His family made their living as fishermen on the Sea of Galilee. When Jesus called him and his brother, while they were mending nets with their father, they immediately left their boat and father behind to follow him. Mark 1:19-20. Jesus gave the brothers the nickname Boanerges, meaning sons of thunder, Mark 3:17, reflecting their fiery and impulsive nature. Once, when a Samaritan village refused to welcome Jesus, James and John asked, "Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven to consume them?" But Jesus turned and rebuked them. Luke 9:54-55. Despite this seal, James was among Jesus' closest apostles. He witnessed profound moments such as the raising of Jairus' daughter, Mark 5:37, the Transfiguration on Mount Tabor, Matthew 17:1, and the agony in the Garden of Gethsemane, Mark 14:33. James's life was marked by passion and at times ambition. He and his brother once asked to sit at Jesus' right and left in his glory, but Jesus gently taught them, and us, that whoever wants to be great must be your servant, Matthew 20:26. Over time, James was transformed from a man of fire into a faithful witness ready to lay down his life for Christ. The Acts of the Apostles records that around the year AD 44, King Herod Agrippa began persecuting the church and had James beheaded by the sword, making him the first of the 12 apostles to be martyred. Acts 12:1-2. His is the only apostolic martyrdom explicitly recorded in the New Testament. From apostle to spiritual patron of a nation. According to ancient Spanish tradition, after Pentecost, James traveled to Spain and Portugal to preach the gospel. While there is no historical proof for this, the tradition is deeply rooted in Iberian devotion. Centuries later, it was believed that his relics were brought to and buried in Santiago de Compostela, in the region of Galicia, Spain. By the 9th century, the site had become one of the greatest pilgrimage destinations of medieval Christendom, alongside Jerusalem and Rome. The journey, known as the Camino de Santiago, the Way of St. James, remains one of the most popular pilgrimages in the Catholic world today. James became the patron saint of Spain, and during the Reconquista, legends told of his appearance on a white horse, rallying Christian armies against Moorish invaders. Whether historical or symbolic, these stories strengthened national faith and unity. A witness to transformation and loyalty. The life of Saint James the Greater is a powerful example of transformation, of how Christ can mold a man of thunder into a humble leader, a gentle servant, and a faithful martyr. His life inspires those who seek to follow Christ with passion, courage, and self-giving love. His martyrdom is a living testimony of unshakable love for Jesus Christ. The Church honors Saint James the Greater on July 25th in both the Catholic and Protestant calendars, while the Orthodox Church commemorates him on April 30th. In parts of Central Europe, his feast day once included fairs and Thanksgiving for the first fruits, where farmers would bring early apples to church for blessing.